You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel, folks. 0 Dark 30, and we're busting out of the bunker. I tell you what, there's no end to it, folks. There's no end to the madness, the stupidity, the reckless abandon that this government that we have, and indeed everyone around the world has. It's just abusive. It's unbelievable to me. Now, what are we going to talk about besides SHTF in general? Well, how about some specificities? Folks, the Nazis used the threat of arrest, criminal prosecution, personal attacks, lies, everything they could. They used everything they could. To make their people afraid, to cower them, to bring them under submission, everything. And guess what? Ours is doing the same. Let me give you a little update on what happened, folks. It took 2 years. 2 years. It really, the government, the FBI worked 2 years to arrest a person who participated on January 6th. They wore a panda costume. A panda costume, folks. And the government couldn't have that. They had to know who this person was. They had to arrest them because I'm sure standing on the Capitol grounds in a panda costume is something that we just can't tolerate. Oh, no, we can't tolerate that. No panda costumes, no chicken costumes, no Fozzie Bear costumes, nothing. They found this person, arrested them. 2 years later. We're already, it's taken 2 freaking years, but here we are. We have video being leaked continuously, as well as Tucker Carlson leaking video, or I should say releasing video. Not fast enough, Tucker, not fast enough. It's incredible. What are they leaking video of? Cops letting people into the Capitol building. What is this fucking clown doing? Wow. Yeah, I saw this video back when it was happening, back when it first came out. Folks, it's news, but it's not new. It's just being re-released. Came out yesterday, yeah. The police were holding the door, not just standing next to the door, cowering from all the incredibly scary geriatric protesters, the incredibly calm and gracious and polite protesters who were going inside. No, it's incredible, absolutely incredible. Cops letting them in, arrest them. People in panda suits, arrest them. Anyone who stands up to the regime, folks, they want to arrest and silence. That's exactly what the murderous communist Joseph Stalin did. That's what the murderous communist Chairman Mao did. Folks, when I learned that communists killed millions of their own people, I was shocked. I thought, whoa, I didn't know about that. Why didn't they teach us that in school? Why didn't our schools teach us that Joseph Stalin killed over 25 million of his own people, and that other communist leaders around the world did the same? Chairman Mao, probably the worst of all communists. Well, because they didn't want Hitler to look worse, or I'm sorry, not as bad. But all of them used police force and arrest authority. They all used it. They all abused it. They created crimes out of nothing, folks. When they weren't attacking the people directly, false flags. Killing the people directly, false flags. Jim Jones juice. They would arrest them to silence them. Now, folks, they're using private corporations. That's right, private corporations to silence us, to punish us. They're using banks to punish us. It is pandemonium out there, and most people are fucking sleepwalking through this. They're absolutely sleepwalking. Have no idea. Oh, they're on their feet. They're moving about. They're doing things, but they don't even have a clue that shit has hit the fan and that they're in big, big trouble. I mean, I saw enough theatrical interpretations of what World War II was like. People just minding their own business, thinking everything was normal. And then one day, all of a sudden, they're arrested. They're just walking down the street and they're arrested because of someone they know, a family member, someone they work with, someone they had no idea was the bad guy, so they get arrested for it. They get to share in the blame. Guilt through association, right? Or someone just doesn't seem to play along. Someone doesn't support the regime enough. That's true, folks. Understand it. You just have to not be enough of one of them. You can't just let them, be. At some point, they say, well, it's not that you're not one of us. It's not that, you are doing something aggressive towards the state, like protesting. It's that you're just not supportive enough. And I've kind of heard this shit in the past from companies, right? You don't seem to be a team player, right? You're not wearing enough pieces of flair. Government is the same way, folks. It's the same attitude. It's the same symptom that comes out of what we have to deal with. The very same. It is that people with power and authority want full, folks, and I mean full control of you. They want 100% obedience. They want you to acquiesce to them. They want you to give in. They want you to cower. They want you to cheer and clap for them. They want you to do their dirty work. They want you to carry their fucking water. They want you to participate in their evil to the extent, right? And with the enthusiasm, as if you yourself wanted to do all the murdering. This is exactly where these people are. Fucking deny it. Go ahead. Pretend like I don't know what I'm talking about. Pretend like you don't know and see what's happening. That won't make it go away. Right? When you're a kid, you pretend. Your imagination tells you that there's a monster in the closet. And you put your pillow over your head. And the monster doesn't get you. When you're a kid, you hear some rustling under the bed. There's a monster under the bed. So you hide under your blanket. And the monster doesn't get you. And so you're safe. Hiding under your blanket, hiding under your pillow, you're safe. Well, this isn't a dream, folks. There are no monsters in the closet or under the bed. But there are monsters in positions of power and authority. Everywhere from your kid's teacher that's trying to convince your child, your grandchild, that they need to switch genders and try out some gayness, to real monsters, really, really big monsters that don't affect one or two kids at a time, but rather an entire nation of adult-minded, maybe even adolescent-minded adults who don't want to grow up and pay attention. They're still worried about monsters on their bed when they should be worried about monsters in government and bureaucracy. Those are the real monsters that murder. And they murder in the millions when they are unleashed. As an adult, you can't hide under a pillow. You can't hide under a blanket. Not from these monsters, folks. fucking monsters. Arresting someone for wearing a Panda suit and being on the Capitol. It's not an unfortunate case of wrong circumstance, wrong time. It's a case of the government out of hand, still arresting people while the very story that they are pushing falls apart in the public's eye. It was all bullshit. 2 years of bullshit. Folks, chance favors the prepared mind. Is yours. I sure hope it is. We'll be back this afternoon. Monsters in the closet, under the bed. These are real monsters, folks. Godspeed. Semper Fi.